Made it.
I think Howard has his radio on.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, good. It seems like everything's working.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Technology is wonderful when it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's light right now.
I'm so dark.
Too much backlight. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if I can fix that. Using my phone. Join.
My God, are we all here?
Dennis hasn't joined yet, and it's 3 minutes before 3 p.m., so we might want to hold off just a couple minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
No, Dennis called last week and said he was having something done yesterday, and he may or may not be here. So if
Okay.
he's not here at 3, then we can probably proceed.
Okay.
Great.
My computer's showing it's 2:57, so we'll wait 3 minutes and
Yeah,
see.
let's wait.
This. Hold on. There we go. Oops.
Well, why don't we get started? Where he's not obviously going to show. If we could call the meeting to order and have a roll call, please. Somebody's going to do that.
Kim is having trouble logging in, so I'll do that.
Okay.
Bridget Tipton.
Is Bridget not here?
Yeah.
She is here.
Yeah.
Okay. Turn yourself on, guys. Go ahead.
Kevin Kugel,
Hello.
Howard Boyle,
Here.
Dave Batista,
Here.
Dennis Sachs. He called and reported he would be absent if someone would like to make a motion to excuse him from the meeting, that would be appreciated.
Would there be such a motion?
I'll make a motion to
Excuse
accept that. Excuse him.
Dennis. Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, great. Anyone that will be speaking today will have to swear to an oath that they're telling the truth. And Eric, are you here?
Yep.
Okay. Would you, I see Tim up there, but I don't know who else.
There's representatives for the applicants here.
Okay, good. So
If
Eric,
anyone is
you're,
going to be testifying, if you please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give before the Architecture Review Board shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please say I do.
I do.
I do.
Thank you.
great. We'll begin with our first project, the Chimney Swift Tower near 301 South DePeyster Street. And who's going to do that? You are.
I am.
Okay,
Rhonda Boyd, Engineering.
right.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen first so I can give an overview of the project location. So if you are all familiar with the location of our new police facility on DePeyster and Haymaker, and then the retention area is here. The proposed location is just opposite the walking path on this little patch of ground here is where we would place it with a pollinator garden all around here to get rid of some of the tall weedy area that's there now. So we would plant this in flowers, and then there'd be a little walk coming off of this existing walk to the tower. I have a rendering to share. Let me get that up. This is the, oops. Let me see. That didn't come out right. I don't know why. Oh, it's down here. No, it's not loading. Let me try to go back. I had it up. There, okay. Here is the rendering of the tower showing at the siding, but it has the sidewalk coming off differently than what we will do. We're not going to take it out onto 59. We're going to take it off to the side path.
Rhonda, it's not fully visible, but everyone did receive materials, so they
Right.
should have those.
Okay,
information now.
they should have it. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
they
great.
do have them, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the tower itself is a 4x4 square. It'll be 20 feet tall, and it will have tiles depicting pollinators, the flowers, and the swift. And here is a sample tile that we have from Emily She's a Kent artist who is making special tile for the chimney. Here's some of the bugs that are the pollinators. And then I do have some sample tile. I'll try to turn it and see if you can see them. There is this is the body color. And then this would be for the stripe pattern, this buff color, and then this charcoal.
That's brick, that tile, right?
Yeah, these are brick. Mhm. This will be Belgian brick. Yeah. And then,
Is everybody seeing that? I mean, I'm not.
can you see it? Okay.
But I've got it on the, what you sent us earlier. I can see it there.
Okay. Can you all, you can't see my screen or?
No,
We still see the CAD drawing of the site.
yeah,
Oh,
that's all we see.
it stopped
seeing the
sharing.
bricks
Let me
in the
stop
brick.
sharing.
There you go.
Can you see me? All right, I had to get rid of that.
There it
Okay.
is. We see that.
There it is. Okay, so this is the main body, the brick here.
Okay. Mhm.
And then this is the stripe color, the buff, and the charcoal. And then I'll show again, since we couldn't see him. This is
Okay.
with tile that was made by Emily She's a a Kent artist. And here's some samples of some of the pollinators here, but those will be bigger. But she gave me some little ones to show you. And they will be placed on the chimney. If you can see the rendering that was sent. But this is the chimney and it'll be located near the police station there, and it's 20 feet tall and 4x4 square. And then the square you see there is actually going to be to the back. That's the clean out door. Weld is going to cut a clean out door out of stainless steel, and we're going to put that in the back of it.
So where it looks orange on the rendering, that's going to be the first, the brick that's on the left.
This one
Okay.
here. Yeah.
So that's more of a red.
It's Bellcrest 530. It's a more of a red.
Yeah.
It's more of a clay color, like a brick clay.
Very common brick in the area. Yeah.
Yes, we chose it to match the everything down there.
Yeah.
And also it's not a clear or straight edge. It has a little bit of variation to it. There's sand cast to give it an antique look. And then the coloring that we chose is more going to be of an Art Deco kind of color scheme. So try to make it fit with our history.
Well, I'll start. I mean, I think you've done a beautiful job. I mean,
Thank you.
I want one in my backyard. And,
I do too.
yeah. But I can imagine they're not inexpensive. So,
No.
but I congratulate you for putting something together as I think very attractive and certainly useful.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I just want to say I like it. I like it a lot, and I learned a lot about the Swifts reading the literature that you sent us, and I learned why there's a bird on the Kent State logo, which I went there and I never knew that. So that was fun to see.
Yeah.
I also agree. Think it's a great idea. I think it'll be a beautiful addition to that area.
Yeah.
Bring
Yeah,
some
I think
nature
it'll
back to
clean up
downtown.
that corner there. It'll,
Yeah, yeah.
We also got a $200 donation from some random person off the internet for the,
Really?
that was so great.
What is the cost? Do you know what the cost is to put it up?
Well, the chimney itself is going to be around 26,000.
Wow.
We've gotten $2,000 in donations. We got $1,000 from ODNR for Wildlife Diversity Grant. We have $1,000 from Kent Environmental. We just got 200 for plants. I know Portage County Soil and Water is also going to help with the landscaping, and I have a 4-H club that's going to help me plant it. So we're still looking, doing some fundraising, but we want to get it up. So
Well, this is, wow. I would think you could get a lot of support for this. I think the community is going to be very, very pleased.
yeah, we asked Kent State to help too, and
Yeah.
Jim reached out to them, and I don't think he's heard back. I think they'll help too. We're just waiting on how much they can help.
And who is actually putting it together? If a contribution was being made, who would you make that to?
The city of Kent.
Just the city of Kent? Send it to your direction?
Yes, and then we'll put it in the
Yeah.
proper fund.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Super. Thank you.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions? Anybody else want to chime in about how they feel about it? If not, you need a certificate of appropriateness, Brenda or Bridget?
No, this is a courtesy review because it's
Okay.
on public land, but we wanted to make sure since it's a structure and was coming in there.
Okay, very
Just for
good.
the record, Bridget Tipton, you are inaudible. So when you're ready to speak, just be aware. Thank you.
Do you want just a recommendation from the Architecture Review Board about our feelings about it?
I did for the record,
Oh, you
note
did?
your comments, yes, and they'll be reflected in the summary minutes.
Okay.
But Eric can correct me, but I don't even think we vote on a recommendation on this, correct?
We haven't in the past.
Correct, but we
Okay.
will make sure that the comments I have, the 3 comments from Howard, Kevin, and David marked. Bridget didn't put any on the record, but those 3 comments will be reflected in the minutes.
Very good. Thank you, Bridget. And thank you for coming and bringing this to us.
Thank you. Thank you very much to all the community.
Yep.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, now we have the Buckeye Relief. 1181 West Main Street, and who's going to be doing that?
Hello, I'm John Waddell. I'm architect, Urbach Waddell Architects.
Okay,
And Caroline Henry is also on the call. She's the client.
Hmm.
Oh, there she is.
so go right ahead. Present the project to us.
All right, it's a conversion of an existing building into a medical marijuana dispensary. It's on the corner.
Excuse me, John, can you please give your full name and address just for the record, your business address?
Yep, it's John C. Waddell, Urbach Waddell Architects, 2335 West 11th Street, Cleveland 44113.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, it's an existing building on 1181 West Main Street to be used as a medical marijuana dispensary. Exterior improvements are pretty extensive, cleaning up that building in a lot of ways, residing portions of it, putting a new roof, a gabled roof, overbuilding it. I guess there's been a lot of issues with water in that building in the past, and just want to avoid all of that mess. Redoing the landscaping. There's a lot of landscaping there, but we're going to redo the areas that are landscape, do some restriping over by the on the west side of the parking lot where the handicap ramp is, modifying that, making it more user friendly, adding a bike rack on that side of the building as well, adding a dumpster enclosure on the northeast side of the building, north side. Getting rid of some of the windows, blocking them in, because part of the requirements for the state, the pharmacy board on these projects, is you cannot see into any portion of the building where any product is sold, kept, stored, et cetera, et cetera. So the only windows are the windows at the entry and the waiting room, because you can't see into the rest of the building from that point. Interiors, like I said, there's a waiting room, some restrooms, a vault. They're going to build an interior vault to hold the product, employee area, the retail sales area. As you enter the building, once you get inside the building, you have to go through man traps to get into the area where there's any product. It's heavily secure. Actually, Caroline can speak to the security more than I can, but they have a grow facility and processing facility in Eastlake, this client, and they have a security team that is incredible. It's was put together by a former director of the United States Secret Service. So it's a pretty intense program they have. Plus the state has intense requirements. Asphalt shingles on the roofs. A lot of paint. The existing block will be painted, cleaned up. The windows will be infilled with similar material. The whole thing gets painted, all that existing block. Steel doors for the exits, nothing fancy on those. Trying to think what else I can tell you.
What?
It looks like the gables. Are those shakes in the gable? Or what?
Yes, sir.
Those are shakes?
Yeah, vinyl shake we'll put in the
Vinyl
gables.
shake.
Yeah.
And is that a stone on the front? Are you
Yeah. Yes. Right now we're looking at using an EFIS product. EFIS makes that stone product. It looks pretty darn good and it holds up really well.
Okay.
There's vertical siding, like a batten siding on the front part of the building there at the entry. That's a hardy plank board and bat.
Right.
AZAC trim, just white, clean, asphalt shingles.
Yeah.
I have a question for you on the roof projection. I guess when you look at the left elevation and the right elevation, you see that one part of the roof that pokes up a few feet higher than the main ridge. And I'm just curious why it was done that way. When you could just take the front ridge and the back ridge and put a cricket in between the two of them.
Actually, while I was sitting here waiting to get on the call today, just now I was playing around with that, and that's probably the revision I'm going to make.
Okay, yeah, I would recommend that, I don't know what you call that part that pokes up higher than both ridges, that not be done, because
It's
it's
proportionally
weird.
odd.
Yeah, and there's
Right.
I think a simpler way to do that, to make the water go downhill.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Any other questions?
Is the signage going to be a separate package, or what type of signage is going to be associated?
Correct. It's going to be a separate package. It's not, yeah, it'll be submitted separately. It's real minimal. Again, the state doesn't allow a whole lot of signage on these buildings, so it's
Yeah.
going to be, pretty minimal. But yes, it'll be submitted as a separate package.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, what's the reason for not having windows? Is that HIPAA laws? Not having a lot of windows where you can see from the outside in?
Not to interrupt, but I doubt he can answer that. I mean, it's just what the law tells him he's got to do. So
I was
It's
just
in
curious.
it's in the OAC that regulates the medical marijuana, which is also included in our zoning code. And
I was
just the
I was just curious.
Right.
I was just curious what the,
applicant can speak to this. Caroline, I believe that you are seeking ARB recommendation and planning commission conditional approval in order to submit for consideration to use the location for a medical marijuana facility. It hasn't officially been authorized by the state, but they do require the zoning prior to application. Is that correct?
Yes, they will have a form that we have to submit that the city will have to sign off on. And as we looked at this location and because a conditional use permit would be required, it was determined that we needed to work through this process to even have the form signed.
I understood that this was out of our purview. I was just curious if somebody knew the reason.
No, I just wanted it for on the record that this still needs to go through the state application process. So it was on the public record. Thank you.
Well, it's a tremendous improvement to a building that's been an eyesore for probably 40, 50 years. So it's an unusual use, but hey.
Right, yeah, but it brings life back to it.
It is what it is. That's right. It
Right.
brings life to the neighborhood and
Right.
Right.
It's nicely done. Yeah,
Yes. Definitely a huge improvement. Yeah.
it's a big improvement. What do you want from us, Bridget?
Basically, this would be a recommendation to planning commission with regards to a recommendation from ARB to planning commission. And if the comments made by Kevin want to be part of that motion, you would want to do that in the recommendation as well.
Well, you might want to mention my comments and also Dave's too, because it is a tremendous improvement for the neighborhood.
Somebody want to make a motion?
Yes, would someone make that motion? Is that Dave? Okay.
I can make that. Kevin, you might have to help me with the wording on the roof. I make a motion that we project go forward to the planning commission with the changes to the roof line on is that the west side?
It's all four sides.
All four sides, that the roof line be parallel with each other.
I would call it that the project as presented that has a section of the roof that is higher than the two main ridges that pops up be eliminated, and that there be simply a roof cricket joining the two main ridges.
Okay. Provide a roof cricket and the two main roof line ridges.
Is there a second to that?
Second.
Is that understandable?
Yeah, maybe if it could be simplified, can we just say that Eric, can you assist with making that a simpler motion? Because that's a little hard to differentiate with regards to how it could be encapsulated in a motion.
I don't know what you call that section. What would you call that, John?
The elevated portion of the roof line.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah, what do you call it? The extended gable at the highest point of the roof,
There you go.
Okay.
replace with a simplified cricket that connects the adjoining roofs, something like that. Yeah, I understand. It's just hard to, how do you say?
As long as you understand, that's the important part.
Technical verbiage.
How about if the amended motion that Dave could consider would be that the extended gable be eliminated to better align the roofs and connect with a roof cricket?
That sounds great. That's
Sounds
much
good.
better. That was much better.
Right, yeah.
Okay, then, do we have to vote on the amendment, or we can just say that that's all in the clarification of the motion?
That's the clarification of the motion.
Yeah, that's what I agree.
Okay.
All in favor, say by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Great. Congratulations.
Great, thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
Very nice.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Enjoy the day.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. We have our March 2nd meeting summary to approve. So you've had an opportunity to look at that. Is there anything you might want to point out, or you want to? Yes.
I had one thing. It says that I'm a member of Planning Commission in the portion that explains my eligibility to present to the board, but I'm a member of the
Architecture
ARB.
Review Board, yeah.
Congratulations, Bridget.
So that would have to be changed. Oh, believe me, she's much better off being here.
Not ready
That's a
for
lot
Planning
easier.
Commission.
So we would approve the minutes with that adjustment. Is there a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion to adjust the minutes accordingly.
Okay. Is there a second?
I second it.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Am I allowed to vote? I don't think I am.
I don't think you are,
No.
but you presented.
You're on the
So
planning
one
commission.
abstention. One abstention. Okay, any other business? I was just wondering, and I haven't heard about these, besides I hear things on the street. If we could, and you don't have to do this today, but I mean, maybe at the next meeting, just give us an update as to the Myers Hotel project and how that's progressing.
To give you an update right now, we have received nothing in the Community Development Department with regards to that project.
Well, that's a pretty good update. And the other one that is getting some local play is the West Side Fire Station. And I noticed that it's going out for bid, and just wondering how our comments played into that. That's all.
There is an email that actually was sent, which I can forward to the ARB members from
Good.
the law director, sent to Doug Fuller inquiring about the status. The fire department and the service director have decided to go forward with the pitched roof for maintenance reasons, as well as the cost factor of needing to get new drawings. So it will be going out to bid with the pitched gable roof.
Okay, and this was discussed by everybody involved.
Yeah, so the fire chief and the service director have had ongoing problems with the flat roof.
I
They've
understand,
actually
but I
had,
mean,
so yeah, they've made the decision to go
They're the
forward.
two that made the decision, and they're comfortable with it,
Yes.
and they have not consulted anyone else.
Yeah, well, they basically made that decision consulting with the law director, and it's going forward. So.
Okay, all right.
It falls outside, as you remember, this was a
No, I know that.
repair.
You know that. Yeah, we were just, all we were is just a review board, nothing, we had no
Jurisdiction.
teeth. Yeah, right, yeah. Okay, anything else for the good of the order? Yes, Kevin?
The Wendy's renovation that's going on. I don't recall seeing that.
I believe that project actually came forward a while back, and then Jen recently, what was Jen's ruling on that, Eric? Do you remember? We'd have to pull it, but I know that they had been here before, and I believe then Jen has something in the file related to that, and it was delayed because of various reasons, and now it was back. So I'll have to pull out Jen's notes from that file.
Yeah, we renovate, or we reviewed a new building there, and they're renovating the existing building. So
We'll look at it. I do know that their model is basically their set logo. It's their plan. So I'd have to look and see what that is. It would be a recommendation, but it wasn't going to planning commission. So I believe that's why you were not seeing it, because it is a renovation, not a new building. So it would not, and it's outside of the overlay district. Eric, maybe remind me, is that what Jen had?
Well, what you just said is definitely accurate about being outside. And I remember we had a discussion internally about whether or not it was being built on the same foundation to make it qualify as a renovation versus a rebuild,
Right.
or a new construction.
Jen will have something in the file. We'll look at it, but it didn't go to planning commission. So I think that was the impetus for it.
the Amplify project that we just did, that's a renovation that's outside the overlay district. Does it make a difference that the owner has changed or something? Why did we just review that?
That's going to planning commission though.
That's
It-
because the state
it's-
requires that.
Because it's a change in
Amplify
use.
is a conditional use, so it is going to planning commission. The Wendy's is a permitted use and a renovation, and is not going to planning commission. So
Okay.
the ARB makes recommendations to the planning commission, but because the planning commission wasn't reviewing the renovation of the Wendy's, again, I need to check Jen's files. It didn't go to planning commission, and it's outside the overlay district. So very similar to the West Side Fire Station, it's not subject to planning commission review, and it's outside the overlay. Eric can correct me if I'm wrong, but we will look at the
Nothing to
file.
correct.
Okay. Okay, very good. Anything else for the good of the order? If there's nothing else, we would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 And one thing I forgot to do in the beginning, we are just adjourning the Architecture Review Board meeting for Tuesday, April 6th, 2021. So whoever's typing these things up, they know where we are. It so quickly gets beyond us. Yeah. So thanks, everybody. Great job.
Thanks, Howard.
Thank you.
Aye.
Goodbye.
Next month.
Thank you.